Hello everyone, welcome to the College of Management, Saram Institute of Science and Technology, Ramapuram. I'm Kavitha, Bagilesh, Assistant Professor. So let's begin today's discussion. We have mergers and acquisitions for today's session. So I hope all of you would have heard about Elon Musk recently acquiring Twitter, right? And we have also heard about similar news where Tata, for example, they acquired Air India, Zomato acquired Blinkit. We have come across so many similar situations where one organization is acquiring another organization, or two organizations are joining hands to become a new amalgamation. So, this is the order of the day. This is the norm of the century. This makes it very important and crucial, my friends, that we as management students know what mergers and acquisitions are. We all know that the year 1991 was the year of economic crisis in India. We had licensed Raj, or the so-called permit Raj, which wasn't supporting greatly to the Indian economy. That is when the then finance minister, the prime minister, they came up with the LPG, which is liberalization, privatization, and globalization. With this strategy, multinational companies started investing in India. Foreign direct investments started coming into India. This is when MNCs came into India and the vice versa took place. Large corporates, for example, they are not the same. 10 or 15 years back, any corporate, when if you take, for example, they are not the same in size, not the same in market share. They have grown, they have multiplied, they have expanded inorganically. So these corporates, they are very keen in exploring inorganic growth strategies. And one of the growth strategies for expansion that they use is mergers and or acquisitions. Now, before getting into the nitty-gritty, we should know why businesses combine. Businesses combine, they join hands for several reasons, for several benefits or advantages. A few of them would be one is synergy. Synergy, if you talk about in simple words, when you say synergy, it is simply 1 plus 1 is not equal to 2, but it is greater than 2, which means when two organizations join hands together to work, their output is greater than the sum of the individual outputs that they produce. So that is synergy. The others, of course, are economy of scale, economy of scope. Economy of scope, for instance, that is when they combine and produce a product, the marginal cost of production is reduced to a great extent. That is one of the reasons why companies merge and they get increased revenue. Their market shares go well. There is cross selling, which means one organization can cross sell their products to another organization. Say, for example, when a banking firm, any banking firm, for example, joins hands with an insurance company, what will they do? Banking people, they will try to push their banking products to the insurance company's customers, their client base. Similarly, the insurance company will try to push its products to the banking clients or customers. So that is how they do cross-selling. For taxation purposes also, when two companies merge, there is a great benefit in taxation. So that is one of the reasons they tend to merge. Diversification, because when companies want to explore different markets, when they want to explore different product or different market base, that is one reason where they want to go for merger or acquisition. And geographical constraints or geographical advantages also play a very important role when companies want to merge or combine. Now, what is a merger? This is an arrangement where two or more organizations combine and form one organization. The merging organizations are called amalgamating companies, and the new merged organization is called the amalgamated company. Here, both the companies, the parent companies, the initial companies, they cease to exist in a merger because they will operate as an entirely new company. And what happens to the shareholders of these companies? For the shareholders of this transfer company, they will receive shares from the merged company in an agreed exchange ratio. And And a merger occurs when a company finds an advantage in joining the business with another company, such as an increased shareholder value. This is also one reason. Now, for example, when you take GlaxoSmithKline and SmithKline, both of them, they were into pharmaceutical business. They both are pharmaceutical companies. SmithKline became by itself is a merger. Now this company merged with GlaxoSmithKline. Now they are GSK. They are again widely into pharmaceutical products and stuff. Now, merger can happen in two ways. One is merger through absorption, and the other is merger through consolidation. Merger through absorption means one company absorbs the other. So the identity of one company is lost, but the other one is maintained. But now, for example, Tata Fertilizers by Tata Chemicals, Tata Oil Mills with Hindustan Lever. This is an example where one company loses identity, or say, for example, all the companies except one will lose the identity and merge into the company to be called into the new name. Merger through consolidation is where all the companies they lose their identity to form a new company. That is called merger through consolidation. Here, for example, HCL. In HCL, there's Indian Software Company, Indian Reprographic Limited. So all these merged to form a new company with a new name. So the companies that merged, they lost their identity. Now going into the types of merger. There are four types of merger, majorly. One is horizontal merger. A horizontal merger, as you can see from the diagram, similar companies, when two similar companies who are doing business in the same product or service, or they are in the same industry, when they merge, it is called a horizontal merger. For example, Groupon and Lipton. Both of them are into manufacturing tea and selling tea. So when they merge, it is called a horizontal merger because they are into the production and supply of the same product, and they are into the same industry. And also another example would be Associated Cement Company Limited with Damodar Cement. Both of them are into doing cement business. So when they merge, it is called a horizontal merger. The next one in line would be vertical merger. Now, for example, let us take a company that is manufacturing bat. When a bat manufacturing company wants to merge with a wood manufacturing company, this becomes a vertical merger because he is trying to merge across the production line. He is trying to merge with his supplier. That is a vertical merger. For example, Pixar with Disney mergers and Time Warner incorporations with Turner Corporations. The next one is product extension merger. The best example of product extension merger would be Pizza Hut with PepsiCo, because here these two business organizations, they deal with products that are related to each other. And these two products operate in the same market. That is, they have the same customer base. They have different products, but the products are related and they are looking for the same customer. Their customer base is the same. So this is simply companies which sell different products of a related category. So that is product extension merger. Market extension merger is where these people they have the same product, but they are targeting different markets. Now, Dell, they have laptops. Alienware gaming laptops also they will also sell laptops only. But the market that they have, Dell, everybody buys Dell, right? Students, people who work for home purposes, for office purposes, everything. Alienware gaming laptops, especially for the gaming customers. Now, market extension merger is where Dell and Alienware will merge so that they can cross-sell. They will get a new set of marketplace. So that is where market extension merger works. The next type is conglomeration. A conglomeration merger is where these companies that are coming into merger, they have nothing in common, which means they either not sell anything, any related products, or are they related in the markets. So when two companies entering the merger process do not possess any common business ties, that is called a conglomeration merger. Example would be Tata Sky, Walt Disney, an American broadcasting company. In conglomeration merger itself, there are two types. One, firms have nothing in common, which is pure conglomeration. The next one is mixed, where the firms are looking for either product extension or they are looking for market extension. The other types of mergers, which would be cash merger. A cash merger is where the shareholders of the amalgamated companies, the shareholders are there, right? They will receive cash rather than the shares. That is a cash merger. A forward fusion and mergers in reverse fusion. These two are similar to vertical merger only. So, in a forward fusion, a company decides to merge with its purchaser. And in a reverse merger, the company will merge with its raw material supplier. Next is acquisition. Acquisition, on the other hand, is the act of an acquirer for purchasing a target company through a legal agreement. The acquisition is the process of selling one company to another, that is, buying and selling the entire business between these entities. Here, one company takes over the other company either in a friendly or in a hostile manner. For example, as I told you in the beginning of the lecture, Elon Musk acquired Twitter, which is X Corp acquired Twitter, which was a hostile acquisition. Other examples would be Tata Motors acquiring Jaguar Land Rover from Ford. These are other examples of acquisition. The different types of acquisition, there are four different types of acquisition: friendly, reverse, backflip, and hostile. A friendly acquisition, as the term itself says, here both the firms, they approve of the acquisition and they are under friendly terms. A reverse acquisition is where a private company will take over a public company. If you remember, I had given you an example where Tata acquired Air India. That is an example of a reverse acquisition because Tata is private and they acquired a public company, which is Air India. Backflip acquisition. This is a very rare type of acquisition and very rarely happens here. The purchasing company, which is the acquirer, they will become the subsidiary in the purchased company. That is a backflip. Hostile acquisition also, as the name suggests, entire process here is by force. The next types include asset purchase and stock purchase. How can a company acquire another firm? Two ways. Either they do the asset purchase, they acquire the target company's assets, or stock purchase, they will buy the target company's shares. Now, recent mergers and acquisitions in India, I've already shared these details with you. Tata Group acquired Air India, the nationalized airline, in 2022. Tata announced the merger of Air India with Vistara, a joint venture between Singapore Airlines and Tata Sons. Air India had been struggling in business, and travel restrictions during the COVID pandemic added more trouble to them. However, Tata is trying to restore Air India to its former glory. And PVR merged with IMAX. They are India's two leading cinema franchises, and they merged in 2022 to establish a larger multiplex chain over 1,500 screens nationwide. There was a COVID pandemic effect on these two organizations as well. The merger, because of the merger, there will be a reduced rental cost, advertising revenues, convenience fees for the merged entity. All that will be an advantage for this merger. Zomato acquired Blinkit. Indian food aggregator platform Zomato acquired Blinkit, the quick commerce company, for around 4.5 thousand crores. Zomato operates in the food delivery and restaurant hosting business, but with acquisition of Blinkit, now they are entering into quick commerce field where they are into supply grocery. Now, recap. So we've almost come to the end of the session. For today, what have we seen? We've seen what mergers and acquisitions are, how mergers can occur, that is either through absorption or consolidation, the different types of merger, horizontal, vertical, product extension, and market extension mergers. The other types were we saw cash merger, forward and reverse fusion, and then we saw what acquisitions are, then the different types of acquisition, where we saw friendly acquisition, hostile acquisition, reverse, and backfill. How acquisition occurs either through asset purchase or through stock purchase. And then we saw three recent mergers and acquisition that had a big impact on the Indian economy and in their own business organizations, which is Tata with Air India, Zomato with Blinkit, and Inox with PVR. So that's it for today's session. Hope I met you in another new session. Until then, thank you.